Welcome to Daily Wisdom, where every single day we seek to take a piece of God's wisdom and then apply that to our everyday life. We've been studying together a reading plan called The Essential Jesus, where we've been learning all about prophecies in the recent weeks around his arrival and who Jesus is going to be and what he's going to become and what he represents. And it's been fascinating to read these Old Testament prophecies, but today we're making our way into the New Testament, and we're going to be looking starting now at his birth, and we're going to start with Luke chapter 1. Let's jump in together. Luke chapter 1, and we're picking up in verse 26. In the 6th month of Elizabeth's pregnancy, God sent the angel Gabriel to Nazareth, a town in Galilee, to a virgin pledged to be married to a man named Joseph, a descendant of David. The virgin's name was Mary. The angel went to her and said, "Greetings, you who are highly favored, the Lord is with you." Mary was greatly troubled at his words and wondered what kind of greeting this might be. But the angel said to her, "Do not be afraid, Mary. You have found favor with God. You will conceive and give birth to a son, and you are to call him Jesus." You might wonder why Mary was troubled by the visitation of this angel. We're told she's troubled by his words. It's not just the greeting and the fact that an angel's standing in the room. The angel actually has to tell her not to be afraid about this message he carries. And he does that for a reason, because we learned that not only is she going to be pregnant carrying the Son of God, but we also learned from the previous verses that we read that she is betrothed to Joseph. It means she's engaged. An engagement for the Jewish people was a very serious matter. You couldn't just break off an engagement as easily as we do today. You actually had to have a divorce in order to annul that engagement, to make it go away. So it was essentially like she's already married, except she's not living with him, and she hasn't consummated this marriage in any way. Obviously, he's telling her that she's going to conceive child even as a virgin, because the power of the Holy Spirit is going to overwhelm her and allow her to conceive the child Jesus. So you could see why this would be troubling. But I love how Mary responds after the angel provides this explanation about what's going to take place. Look at what she says in verse 38. "I am the Lord's servant," Mary answered. "May your word to me be fulfilled." And then the angel leaves. That is a direct tie-in to what we've been studying about the person of Jesus. We learned last week that Jesus is going to arrive as a humble servant, not this warrior king. And the mother of Christ responds to the news that this angel brings from God as also a humble servant. So let's try to think about how we can reflect that in our life, to be more like this honorable woman, Mary, the mother of Jesus. How we can also reflect the image of Christ in our own life every day by being a servant. And so as you go about your day and you wrap up your week and you're heading into your weekend and you're going to be around family and friends, consider this weekend how you can serve someone else, to reflect that servant attitude that we see in Jesus this last week and now in Mary as we wrap up our time this week, how we can reflect a servant heart and attitude with others. That's today's Daily Wisdom. I hope you found this video encouraging today. If so, hit that thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, consider doing so you won't miss next Monday as we kick off our next week of short studies together. We'll see you on Monday.